replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temp check allkindsofblindsmt.com. This morning is 27, and factor to the wind chill this morning at 18 on March 1st. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings.
Win a riding lawnmower from Sears, a $5,000 roofing package from Moonlight Construction, or rain gutter package from All Star Rain Gutters. It's where you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
The aforementioned spring home improvement shows coming up this weekend in Billings at Metro Park, March 4th, 5th, and 6th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And welcome to the show. World Wide Web here. You're on your TuneIn app for your smartphones. That's a free download for you. TuneIn, TuneIn, one word. Thanks for that. And all of our audio and video components are in one place at my website, livinlargelarry.com, including YouTube this morning. Morning. Glad to have you along here. Billings, Montana weather. The Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or certainly too small and are reasonably priced. For home improvements, maintenance, and repairs, Broughton Construction and Home Repair, Braton. A few clouds will increase this afternoon near 54 in Billings for a high. A slight chance for some rain and snow showers tonight, and then might even get a few snowflakes tomorrow before noon, close to 60 for tomorrow. And then just glancing ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be upper 50s to low 60s. Our Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com. From Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com. You can log on or stop into her location at 1925 Grand Avenue. She'll listen to you, your needs. Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors. We will have the Billings morning news and more coming up in 1 minute. livinlargelarry.com.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Livin Large Larry Live.
So this weekend in Red Lodge is the Winter Carnival, the annual Winter Carnival, the biggest event of the year for Red Lodge Mountain. Happens all over town. But part of the Winter Carnival has been canceled, and I'll share that information with you coming up here later on during the show. livinlargelarry.com from Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana. Glad you're here. Sources for the Billings Morning News and more from KTVQ.com, Color8.com, and the Billings Gazette. Def Leppard has announced it will perform in the Rimrock Auto Arena at Metro Park this year. The band will be joined by REO Speedwagon and Tesla at a show scheduled on September 14th. Tickets go on sale coming up on March 4th. That's this Friday. You can get them at metropark.com or the Metro Park box office. Also Leslie's Hallmark at Rimrock Mall, or you can charge by phone 800-366-8538. Def Leppard in Billings coming up in September. A man was killed Saturday night after being ejected from an SUV on I-90 just west of Laurel. Yellowstone County Coroner Lieutenant Bill Jones identified the man as Yancey Darnell, 55 years of age, of Billings. The single vehicle rollover occurred shortly after 6 p.m. along the bridge past the Laurel exits when the Ford Escape Darnell was driving veered off the road. It rolled multiple times, and Darnell was ejected. He was pronounced dead on scene this past weekend. 12 of Billings' best will take 70 pounds of gear up nearly 70 flights of stairs on March 5th. The Billings community provided a boost to send them on their way to Seattle Monday. At Hooligans Community Monday event, 10 Billings Fire Department firefighters and 2 Billings Airport firefighters will travel to Seattle this weekend to take part in the 25th annual Scott Firefighter Stair Climb. The money raised helps research on blood cancers such as leukemia and lymphoma. Last year, Billings firefighters had 7 climbers and 2 bottle changers that raised nearly $10,000. There is a link if you'd like to donate at ktvq.com. And that is the Billings Morning News and more.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Log on to livinlargelarry.com. No G on Livin. livinlargelarry.com for YouTube and also your TuneIn mobile app for the show. The Redline Computer Studios across the street from Goodwill in Billings, Montana. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temperature check and all kinds of blinds. MT.com and 27 now. Close to 60 today. Complete forecast. Have some pretty decent high temperatures for Billings, but there is a chance for some rain showers and snow showers off and on today and tonight. The Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, 1925 Grand Avenue, and log on to montanaproperty.com. She'll provide a market analysis for you. Wanting to list and sell your home? Jade Furman is the one to go to. She includes specialized consulting in current trends in color, styles, and modifications, as well as the value of staging your property, which may help increase the profitability on the sale of your home if that's your plans for spring or summer. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, montanaproperty.com. About 54, some clouds today. Slight chance of snow showers and rain showers mixed tonight and tomorrow. High 57 for Wednesday, and then low 60s begin Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And get an expanded forecast on livinlargelarry.com. Meantime, the forecast from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. Truly local, born and raised here in South Central Montana, the Broughton family, and servicing Billings and the surrounding area over 30 years of experience. Broughton Construction and Home Repair, BRAATON. LivinLargeLarry.com for the show this morning from Billings, Montana, the Redline Computer Studios. You're on King and 29th West in Billings. And a visit with Bobby Gray, owner of All Kinds of Blinds in Billings, coming up. If you want complete automotive and transmission repair, then go to truly the experts. Brown's Automotive, over 60 years in Billings for all facets of auto care. Transmission specialist, tune-ups, tire and alignments, complete auto repairs. And 4 locations: Brown's on Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th, 2 downtown, automatic transmission companies downtown through Brown's at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center downtown at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive, over 60 years in Billings. BrownsAutoBillings.com.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
We have scheduled Bobby Gray live in studio on Wednesday morning for livinlargelarry.com. This is a replay of a visit I had with Bobby Gray from All Kinds of Blinds, and the man has stories, all kinds of blinds and billings. And it's a replay from just about a week and a half ago or so. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone
He said,
Mortgage.
Bobby, why don't you come work with me? And so I started working with him, and we built it from a little garage to about 13,000 square foot factory in Cocoa Beach, and it became very successful. I split off from my brother eventually, and moved out to San Diego for a little while, and got very successful there, and then took an 8-year sabbatical on a sailboat and took a break. So after 30 years I've been doing it, I took 8 years in the middle of it and sailed around the world with my wife and kids on a boat.
And if you know Bobby Gray and you sit down and have a conversation with him, you have some stories about that sailing experience. Pick one that you can talk about for about 90 seconds. You've told me many stories of your sailing excursions, and they're very intriguing.
Well, just pick one.
Just pick one. Bobby, just pick one.
Okay, we're sailing in the Indian Ocean. We're off of Africa, heading up to the Persian Gulf, and got a tuna on the line, and then a super potted dolphin, thousands and thousands of them, every direction you can look. And so we stopped the boat, and all of a sudden I hear a splash, and my wife is swimming away from the boat, snorkeling with the dolphin, and we're about 400 miles off Africa, and the water's so deep it doesn't even read on a depth sounder. But anyway, so we all went swimming with the dolphin for a little while.
That's cool.
There's a short little story.
That's a dream of many, actually, to swim with the dolphins when you go on these exotic trips to the Caribbean and things like that. So yeah, life's experiences keep us going. I wish I could take an 8-year sabbatical and learn to sail around the world. I'm a little bit afraid of boats myself.
Well, we learned along the way. I'm kind of a go for it kind of guy. We just went for it.
I'm also intrigued by when I talk to people about how they used to live in sunny Florida and sunny San Diego, and what brought you to Billings, Montana with your trade?
I like the mindset of the people here. I like the freedom of it, the openness, and people here tend to stand on their own 2 feet and make things happen. There's a ranching, farming mentality that in some odd way is like being on the boat, where you get up in the morning and you deal with life, and if you don't deal with it, you lose money or someone gets hurt.
Sure.
And so I like that mentality, so that's why we're here.
Bobby Gray with All Kinds of Blinds, allkindsofblindsmt.com. Talk about your staff. It keeps you going every day. They work hard.
It's myself. I have one guy works with me from church, and my wife does the books, and she's still home taking care of children because we've been adopting little handicapped kids, and
that's cool.
So she's home with children, and then she squeezes in the books, and then tolerates me at the end of the day.
Yeah, she has the full-time and a half job.
Right.
Because my wife takes care of my books too for my business too. I think you and I have the easy job.
Oh, of course.
Actually.
We go home and we can chill. She now has to deal with us.
Right. And that itself is a full-time job. I have a couple of clients on my underwriter list in the last couple of weeks because of this weird winter we're having in Billings, which is almost spring, fall-like, talking about remodeling one's home, getting it ready for spring and summer home sales, and going along the lines of that, a new dressing of window blinds in older homes or newer homes really does make a difference.
Yeah,
talk a bit about that.
I think even if you're just flipping a house, when you're selling a home for maybe hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, You walk in the house. I mean, we just built a house. I know it's like looking around at houses and you walk in. Maybe I'm more sensitive to it, but your eyes go to the windows.
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
you look around and your eyes go to the windows. That's where the light's coming in, and you've got these old, crooked, broken, yellowed plastic blinds from Walmart or something.
Yeah, we got a few of those in our house, actually.
And you're trying to sell a $100,000, $200,000 house, and you don't to step up and replace at least some of them for a few $100. It boggles my mind why everybody wouldn't do that to stage the house if you're selling it. If you're not selling it, it's a good time at spring cleaning to get rid of the old blinds because they're probably pretty grungy anyways. Right now, January, February, and March, I've got specials on a couple different types of blinds coming from the factories, so it's a good opportunity
What
right
are some
now.
of those specials? Talk about some of those specials.
Well, there's 10% off on faux blinds from the factory and also honeycomb shades.
Now, what is the faux wood blind you talk of?
They're the 2-inch or 2.5-inch horizontal blinds.
Okay.
People tend to get the low end ones from like Lowe's, Home Depot box stores, but you'll find that when you're getting that type of blind, if you don't get a quality one, you'll find the louvers sagging, mechanisms breaking. After a while, you can see from the outside the louvers kind of sag because of the density of the foam of the louvers. And when you're a high volume box store, you're going to sell a less dense. You're going to save $1 a blind, and for a big box store selling 1 million blinds, saving $1 a blind for them is $1 million.
Right.
But for people like me, I wouldn't do that. So I'm selling a higher quality one, and most people don't sit around thinking about window coverings. They wouldn't even know that. The type of strings, if it's a tighter weave on a string, it's going to last longer. If it's a loose weave, it's going to wear out fast. It's a simple thing, but most people wouldn't know that, so they go throw this stuff in there, and then I get calls all the time. Can I come repair their blinds that they bought from a box store, which is a big conglomerate?
But it's a good service you offer, offering to repair blinds as well, though.
Right. I manufactured them. What my brother and I did was we made them. So I've got a lot of experience manufacturing, which means I've got experience on how to fix them because I know how to assemble them and disassemble them. So,
well, just because All Kinds of Blinds is based in Billings, I do know that your service area actually is the circle, if you will, that you service is quite large. You pretty much go anywhere.
Right. I've got.
Keep in mind this is a worldwide show. So what if somebody calls from Michigan?
Well, if they call from the Virgin Islands, sign me up. But no, I'll go anywhere, of course, but the dollars have to add up. But
sure.
I do jobs from 4B's restaurant in Miles City to the new Taco Treats remodel in Helena, and now they're doing another one in Missoula. And so I just got a call from one of the Marriott that I did some of the work here in town, the Residence Inn, and now they're doing something out in, I think it's Minnesota. So I'll go wherever to work. More typically it's Red Lodge or Reed Point, or I'm just doing right now. I'm doing some window film for the Warden School. The security film.
The window film. I was going to mention that's a security feature, and we'll bring you on again and talk more in depth about the security window film. But as we wrap things up for this talk, any final thoughts or maybe some contact details on how people can get a hold of you for consulting or estimates?
Well, the first place they could go is to allkindsofblindsmt.com and look at the website, and there's some links, and they can get some ideas. I do free in-home consultations, bring the samples to you, measure, give you some ideas on what can solve the problems that you're trying to fix, and if I hope you like what I do. There's no pressure, no obligation, no cost to it, and I'm some jobs you close and some you don't, so I'm game to run out with a smile and give you an estimate.
And I know you have competition in your industry, but I've always been one to try to shop local small business, as I am a local small business as well. And I was thinking as you were talking that my clientele list, I don't have the big box stores. I'm not going to go after the big box stores. I have nothing against big box stores. I shop Home Depot and Best Buy and places like that for a variety of items, but I try to get my underwriters that mirror what I do,
Right.
and you're one of them.
Well, I think
business.
it's the heart of America to
absolutely.
have small, middle-class type business still thriving. You lose that, and you've lost a good part of America that I've grown up with. The guy in the corner that you know, and will be there tomorrow to fix whatever your problem might be, whatever product it is.
Very good. Bobby Gray with All Kinds of Blinds. See, that didn't hurt a bit, did it? This little talk back and forth.
That's done.
Yeah, well, people are listening to you on the World Wide Web. All Kinds of Blinds, MT.com. We'll visit again a couple times a month and get some more Bobby Gray stories. All right?
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir. Happy President's Day.
Oh, yes.
It's a holiday for some, but not for you. Get back
Nope.
to work, sir. It's a replay from a couple of weeks ago with Bobby Gray from All Kinds of Blinds. And yeah, he's quite a storyteller. And we'll have Bobby Gray live in studio on Wednesday on livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings. Our replay sponsor on Live and Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. Well, a complete weather forecast for Billings coming up in just a little bit here for Billings. I think you'll like it. There's some rain and snow showers. All Kinds of Blinds in Billings. Temp check in the meantime in 27. And the wind blowing around. Wind chills 18, near 60 today. Billings Morning News and more coming up as well. No matter what the style, no matter what the cut, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, can take care of it for you. $10 haircuts, 10 minutes, $10 haircuts, and you'll be pleased, guaranteed as well. If you want more services, straight razor cuts, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. They're sponsors of this year's Billings Wolves, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in Billings Heights.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
You heard the Billings Wolves over the weekend won their first game of the 2016 season against Colorado Crush, 47-30. The Billings Wolves on the road for a second weekend. Coming up this weekend, they'll be in Tri-Cities. And a programming note coming ahead on Friday morning at about 7 Mountain Time here from the Redline Computer Studios, livinlargelarry.com. Coach Chris Dixon and his thoughts on last weekend's game and looking ahead to Tri-Cities on the road game. The Billings Wolves back in Billings at Rimrock Auto Arena, EFX Field, not until March 12th. The Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or certainly too small and are reasonably priced. For home improvements, maintenance, and repairs, Broughton Construction and Home Repair, Braton. A few clouds will increase this afternoon, near 54 in Billings for a high. The chance for a slight chance for some rain and snow showers tonight, and then might even get a few snowflakes tomorrow before noon, close to 60 for tomorrow. And then just glancing ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be upper 50s to low 60s. Our Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com. From Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com. You can log on or stop into her location at 1925 Grand Avenue. She'll listen to you, your needs. Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors. The Billings Morning News and more from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings on the way. livinlargelarry.com. We're on YouTube this morning.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The promise to you from Brown's Automotive in Billings is communication and great service. And they have a great reputation for communication and all kinds of auto service. 60 years, over 60 years in Billings. Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater. Also the corner of Rosebud and 20th. The Automatic Transmission Company through Brown's Auto Service, downtown 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North. And the Brown's Rebuild Center as well downtown off of 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive, tune-ups, tire alignments, transmission specialists, complete auto repairs. Brown's Automotive, BrownsAutoBillings.com. We have the Billings Spring Home Improvement Show at Metro Park this weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 4th, 5th, and 6th. Free admission.
Attend the Home Improvement Show March 4, 5, 6 at Metro Park, boasting 650 exhibits and over $30,000 in prizes. It's Montana's biggest and best. It's where you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
All kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blinds. MT.com. Temperature check in 27. And I'm factoring in the wind chill here in Billings, Montana this morning. It's 18 above is a real feel. That's what it really feels like. Close to 60 today, Billings. The Red Line Computer Studios across from Goodwill's. We broadcast every morning on the World Wide Web, on YouTube, and the TuneIn mobile app, all at liveandlargelarry.com. The Billings Morning News on liveandlargelarry.com. We use sources from KTVQ.com, the Billings Gazette, and Color8.com. She has been a fixture in the Billings Police Department for 2 decades, and on Monday she said farewell to the department. It was a bittersweet day for Peggy Lehman as she retired her volunteer position from the Billings Police Department. In a ceremony at City Hall, Police Chief St. John praised Lehman in front of colleagues and presented her with a plaque to honor her dedication and service to the department. St. John described her as a poster child for volunteers. For 32 years, Lehman worked for the city. After her employment came to an end, she spent the next 20 years volunteering her time and talent to the Billings law enforcement community. Thank you to Peggy Lehman in all her work. Governor Steve Bullock plans to make his re-election campaign official next Monday as he and Lieutenant Governor Mike Cooney pay their filing fee as 2016 candidates and running mates. Bullock and Cooney, both Democrats, will be the first candidates to officially file for governor and lieutenant governor. Republican Greg Gianforte, a Bozeman businessman and co-founder of software development firm Right Now Technologies, has said he's challenging Bullock. Gianforte has yet to file or announce his running mate for lieutenant governor. Montana's contest for governor will be one of the state's top races in the upcoming 2016 election. A man, prosecutors said, fled from the scene of a parking lot crash, was later arrested and charged with his 7th drunken driving offense. Michael Pisano was charged Monday in Yellowstone County Justice Court with felony DUI. According to court documents, a woman called police on Saturday at about 1:45 in the morning to report a hit-and-run accident by the driver of a silver Cadillac. The woman said she was parked in a parking lot off of Wyoming Avenue when the Cadillac struck her vehicle and then drove off. The officer said Pisano was arrested after he performed poorly on some field sobriety tests and refused to provide a breath sample. The officer said there was an open bottle of vodka in the Cadillac that Pisano said belonged to his sister. Court records state that Pisano has prior DUI convictions in 1998, 1999, 2003, 2008, 2009, and 2010, and this newest one just a couple of days ago. A Billings man is accused of molesting a teenage girl, forcing her to send him inappropriate photos, and attempting to provide her with sex toys. Carl Scrignoli was set to make his initial appearance in Yellowstone County Justice Court on Monday on 1 count of sexual intercourse without consent and 2 counts of sexual assault. The alleged victim was 13 when the abuse began. The girl reported the abuse to a school counselor back in November. The girl's mother did not appear to know the abuse was going on until her daughter told her after talking with her school counselor. Scrignoli is being held in Yellowstone County Jail on a $100,000 bond. And that is the Billings Morning News and more at liveandlargelarry.com. We'll look and see what's going on around Billings and surrounding towns in the What's Going On segment from Bighorn Inspection. That is coming up from the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana at liveandlargelarry.com. The Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or certainly too small and are reasonably priced. For home improvements, maintenance, and repairs, Broughton Construction and Home Repair, Braton. A few clouds will increase this afternoon, near 54 in Billings for a high. A slight chance for some rain and snow showers tonight, and then might even get a few snowflakes tomorrow before noon. Close to 60 for tomorrow, and then just glancing ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be upper 50s to low 60s. Our Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com. From Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com. You can log on or stop into her location at 1925 Grand Avenue. She'll listen to you, your needs. Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors. Your windows are really the first thing that people notice, and you want nice window dressings. All kinds of blinds and Billings can help you out. All kinds of blinds, MT.com. All kinds of blinds and Billings have worked on great establishments like Fred's Appliance, the FedEx Kinko's on 27th Street, also Chipotle Grill, a couple of Starbucks in the Heights and Grand Avenue. All kinds of blinds and Billings. Go check out their work and then shop for cellular blinds, vertical blinds, woven woods, and more for your home. All kinds of blinds and Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. And be sure to ask about their window film for security purposes for your windows as well, through all kinds of blinds in Billings. There's a wind chill factored in our Billings, Montana weather today. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temperature check 27, but it feels like 18 now. It'll zoom up to 60 today. Outside the Redline Computer Studios in Billings, livinlargelarry.com on YouTube this morning. What is next for N2 Cryotherapy? Cryotherapy has been brought to Billings by Cindy Graff and her staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, suite number 4, and it's in Billings since last July. She just got off the Mate Show, had a great response. Check out N2 Cryotherapy and what it's all about. If you want a description of what cryotherapy does for your wellness, as a wellness therapy, log on to n2cryo.com. She's targeting athletes from high school to the pro ranks. N2 Cryotherapy. 3-minute session for better wellness. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, number 4, and n2cryo.com.
Today on Save on Taxes, we ask 100 people what costs less than filing your taxes with IRS Free File.
A car seat.
No! Erica, what do you think costs less than filing your taxes with IRS Free File?
A pair of shoes!
Wrong again. The correct answer is nothing costs less than filing your federal taxes with IRS Free File because it's absolutely free. That's right. With IRS Free File, you get brand-named software, online tax prep, and e-filing for free. The software helps you pick the right forms, find tax credits, and does the math for you. Free File even helps with the new healthcare provisions, and it's all for free.
So, did we win anything?
Everybody wins! freefile.irs.gov. It's fast, it's safe, it's free.
Best $10 haircut ever. $10 cut, 10 minutes out. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. They're trained barbers, and they offer more services as well, including straight razor shaves as well. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. Sponsors of the 2016 Billings Wolves. Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting. It is tax season. And keep in mind that Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, they're open all year long, and they're experts on handling companies' payrolls as well. There's over 50 new tax laws approved for the 2016 season. Over 50 just for this year alone. If you don't want the anxiety, then go to the experts for your taxes. Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, woodsaccounting.com, or 1211 Grand Avenue, suite number 4 in Billings. Be sure to ask about the spring specials at your full-service salon and spa. That is Quick Spa in Billings at 2348 Grand Avenue. If you're looking for a massage, Carrie does that up right for you. Deep tissue, hot stone, body wraps, the latest in fingernail arts and pedicures, Jamie Sue. And Christina KK does it all. Hair cutting as well, colon hydrotherapy, spray tans, permanent makeup, full service salon and spa. It's Quick Spa in Billings. quick-spa.com.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Outside of the Redline Computer Studios, across from Goodwill in West Billings, Montana. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temp check. Feels like 18. Air temperature's 27 to 60 later on today. Have a detailed weather forecast for Billings coming up. Meantime, livinlargelarry.com. What is going on around town? From Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Not in Our Town, Billings is holding a community prayer vigil for refugees, and that's going to happen tonight, Tuesday, 5 p.m., St. Andrew Presbyterian Church. It's 180 24th Street West, and you're certainly invited for that from Not in Our Town organization in Billings. Coming up March 12th, the Billings Symphony Orchestra and Chorale will be taking the Alberta Bear Theater stage with Cirque de la Symphonie. Concert cues begin at 6:45 with Tom Singer. Again, March 12th. The performance starts at 7:30. And Ann Harrigan conducts the music. The doors open up at 6:30. It's Alberta Bear Theater with the Billings Symphony coming up on March 12th. There's a busy, busy time. The Billings Depot this coming Sunday. I'll be part of the wedding fair as I do DJ events on the side. The wedding fair, one of the biggest in Billings for the springtime. The wedding fair at the Billings Depot in downtown Billings Sunday, not Saturday. It's Sunday. It's from 11 to 3. The What's Going On Around Town segment is underwritten by Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection. That's Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. The Health Challenge is coming up. The March Madness Health Challenge from Central Wellness begins March 1st, goes through the 31st of March, and you can join in for a month-long weight loss challenge to improve your health. Have a chance at over 2,500 in grand prizes through Central Wellness. You'll need to sign up. Log on to centralwellness.com. The Health Challenge begins on March 1st. Jobs Jamboree, over 140 employers. This is the biggest jobs fair in Montana. It is every year. This is the 25th annual event happening March 9th at Metro Parks Pavilion from 11:30 to 6. Veterans, Guard, Reserve. The doors will be opened up a half hour before that, so 11 o'clock. Jobs Jamboree, March 9th at Pavilion, over 140 employers. Spring Fling with the Midlife Chryslers for Relay for that annual fundraiser is coming up. It's been moved from the Shrine to the Pavilion, however, and the date is March 11th for the Spring Fling for Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society. That's at Montana Pavilion, March 11th, 7 p.m. Tickets are $25. If you want a table with all your friends, that'll cost you $500. Photos will be available through Miranda Murdoch Photography on that night with a photo booth supplied by Billings Studio Theater. For the American Cancer Society, you can call for more information about the Spring Fling coming up in March, 256-7156. And be listening for more details about the next fundraiser for Brooklyn Mayor, #Strong, fighting cancer. The kid's 4 years old. She's fighting Wilms tumor. The next fundraiser, the next big one for Brooklyn, is coming up at Hooligans, downtown Billings, in March. #Brooklyn Strong. And that is a look as to what's going on around Billings and surrounding towns. From Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. We mentioned the Central Wellness, the March Madness Fitness with Central Wellness, and Allison Murion will join us on a replay visit I had with her last week as that program begins today. It's March 1st today. The Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana. Thanks a bunch for hanging out with us online at livinlargelarry.com on YouTube, and some are using the smartphone TuneIn app. Appreciate that. Pass the news along. The Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com. From Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or certainly too small and are reasonably priced. For home improvements, maintenance, and repairs, Broughton Construction and Home Repair, BRAATON. A few clouds will increase this afternoon, near 54 in Billings for a high. A slight chance for some rain and snow showers tonight and then might even get a few snowflakes tomorrow before noon, close to 60 for tomorrow. And then just glancing ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be upper 50s to low 60s. Our Billings area forecast at livinlargelarry.com. From Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com. You can log on or stop into her location at 1925 Grand Avenue. She'll listen to you, your needs. Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors. Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting. It is tax season. And keep in mind that Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, they're open all year long, and they're experts on handling companies' payrolls as well. There's over 50 new tax laws approved for the 2016 season. Over 50 just for this year alone. If you don't want the anxiety, then go to the experts for your taxes. Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, woodsaccounting.com, or 1211 Grand Avenue, suite number 4 in Billings. My son went over to Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, to get his taxes done or to finalize signing for taxes for this year yesterday, and it was recommended, and I pass this along to you, that I would probably not do e-file this late into the tax season. There's been quite a large IRS data breach. That's layman's terms. So actually the old snail mail, having your checks mailed to you, your tax refund, if that's what you get, would probably be the way to go. Just some advice for you. From the Redline Computer Studios, Livin Large Larry live here, livinlargelarry.com on YouTube. From Billings, Montana, the Redline Computer Studios is in West Billings, Montana. All kinds of blinds and Billings. Temperature check. Feels like 18. It's almost 30, however. 60 later today.
Win central air conditioning from White's, cleaning from Bryce's Master Clean, a Kinco security system, or a Procrete garage floor overlay. It's where you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
Any replay interviews or replays of our show, livinlargelarry.com, is sponsored and underwritten by Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, across from the pub station. Yeah, they moved from the Heights. Brand new location. Check it out. Downtown, across from the pub station, Keystone Mortgage. Our talk about the March Madness Health and Fitness program starts today, March 1st, through Central Wellness. That's coming up here. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. And Livin Large Larry here. It's the Billings Morning News and Livin Large Larry live show with Allison Murnion with us. And we've been kind of teasing the event coming up through Central Wellness, the March Madness. Talk a bit about it. How did it start, Allison, and where do you see it going beginning in March?
Yeah, so this is our first year having the March Madness Health Challenge. We're kind of some basketball fans in the office, and we thought, what a great name and what a great way to try and encourage our community to live healthier. So we partnered with the American Cancer Society because we know obesity raises our risk of cancer. So we got some really great tips on how to eat right and make sure you're exercising from not only the American Cancer Society, but our nurse practitioners in the office. And so what this contest is it's encouraging us to do things that will help us live a healthier lifestyle and be at a healthy weight. So we want to make sure everyone's drinking their water and getting their exercise in every day, and also food journaling, because we know when we are, trying to lose weight or trying to maintain weight, we keep a food journal, we're more accountable. So that's where it started.
Allison Murnion with us. March Madness coming up, the health challenge through Central Wellness. And can anybody, any age, get involved in this? Do you find like family teams, or how does that all work?
You do have to be over 18 years old to participate, but yes, anyone is welcome. Husbands and wives, definitely come join. If you have a group of friends you want to have do it, definitely you can come down. And it is it is free for anyone to enter. So there's no charge for you to enter. It's a completely free competition.
And you guys have done a lot of work on this. I'm just looking at the flyer that's been around Billings, and there's over $2,500 in grand prizes, and some of those donating the prizes really become sponsors of your March Madness Health Challenge event, actually.
Yeah, yes, we were so excited to get so much great feedback from some of the businesses around town. You know, we're all a part of this community, and when our community is healthier, you know, we do better as a whole. So it was really great, you know, that like Thomas Smile Designs and Clark Martin are some of our bigger prizes, and they came in and were like, yeah, this is a great idea. So we were excited to have them.
So the March Madness Health Challenge, Central Wellness, is there a certain part of town that it's gonna be in, or is it like virtually online, or how's it all work?
You will have to come into the office at Central Wellness. It's 1010 Central Avenue, Suite 2, every Wednesday to kind of check in, give us your week's progress, and then we'll give you the next week's goals. And the prize for each winner is we have a winner each week that will get a prize, and then at the end of it we will have a grand prize. So yep, you will have to come in about once a week, but the majority of it, you know, is just keeping track of your health.
Yeah, very good, and it sounds like a lot of fun. March 1st through March 31st. Is this the first annual health challenge through Central Wellness? You looking for it to be an annual event?
Yes, this is the first annual. We're so excited for this to be an annual event. We hope that it goes really great and get a lot of great feedback from the community to let us know, you know, if there's things they want to see different. And so, yeah, if you join, we definitely are open to hearing feedback about the competition, and we're so excited to have it.
And what a great partnership with the American Cancer Society, too, for Yellowstone County.
Yes, yeah, and that's kind of the other thing with ACS is that towards the end of the competition, we're going to ask everyone to make a commitment to continue living healthier, and we want you to sign up for the May 28th Run for Life, which is a benefit for the Yellowstone County Relay for Life, and try and walk that mile or 5K or 10K or whatever it is. We just want you to try and commit to keeping those healthy habits, and also get out and walk in May for a great cause.
All right, Allison with Central Wellness and Medical and Aesthetic Spa. Sign up today. You can call 869-1066, and you're going to have a pretty busy website with this event, I think, centralwellness.com. Any final thoughts or comments, Allison, from you?
Nope, that's great. No, that's great. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
We appreciate your time, and good luck with March Madness Health Challenge through Central Wellness. Allison Murian. You have a nice week into the weekend. Will you do that?
Yes, I will. Same to you.
All right. That's good. Thanks, Allison.
Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry Live.
We are broadcasting on the World Wide Web, livinlargelarry.com, on YouTube, at the website there as well, and on your smartphones. Thanks for checking us out on TuneIn. Appreciate that from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana.
Win outdoor power equipment from Ace, a Billings insulation package, a French door from Linrich, or a garage door from Connor's Door. It's where you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
And that spring home improvement show is coming up this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 4th, 5th, and 6th at Metro Park. Over 60 years now in Billings, Montana, it's Brown's Automotive, and 4 locations strong on tires and alignments, complete auto repairs, tune-ups, transmission specialist, Brown's Auto at Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, Rosebud and 20th, and then 2 Brown's locations downtown, Automatic Transmission Company at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center downtown as well, 18th Street North. For a full-service salon and spa, there's really only one. It's Quick Spa in Billings on Grand, quick-spa.com for spray tans, if you're looking to get permanent makeup or colon hydrotherapy that you've heard us talking about. Carrie does your massages, deep tissue, hot stone, body wraps, and Christina KK does the full gamut for you. Jamie Sue, nail experts, gel polish, paraffin wax, nail art, all in one location on Grand at 2348 Grand Avenue in Billings. Quick Spa, quick-spa.com.
Call or email your Livin' Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
And there's never a G on Livin' when you log on to our website for YouTube and our TuneIn mobile apps, livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana. Glad to have you along here worldwide and all over the U.S. Appreciate you listening and checking us out and see what's happening in our neck of the woods, in and around Billings, Montana. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temperature check, all kinds of blinds. MT.com. It'll be 60 today. Wind chill feels like 18 now. Have some pretty decent high temperatures for Billings, but there is a chance for some rain showers and snow showers off and on today and tonight. The Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, 1925 Grand Avenue, and log on to montanaproperty.com. She'll provide a market analysis for you. Wanting to list and sell your home? Jade Furman is the one to go to. She includes specialized consulting in current trends in color, styles, and modifications, as well as the value of staging your property, which may help increase the profitability on the sale of your home if that's your plans for spring or summer. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, montanaproperty.com. About 54, some clouds today. Slight chance of snow showers and rain showers mixed tonight and tomorrow. A high 57 for Wednesday, and then low 60s begin Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And get an expanded forecast on livinlargelarry.com. Meantime, the forecast from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. Truly local, born and raised here in South Central Montana, the Broughton family, and servicing Billings and the surrounding area over 30 years of experience. Broughton Construction and Home Repair, BRAATON.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man!
No, sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org/MT, a public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Cindy Graff and her crew at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. They're coming off a big win, if you will, from the Mate Show. Great response from you, and they thank you for that. N2 Cryotherapy. You can find out what cryotherapy, more of what it's about, at n2cryo.com. It's a 3-minute session, 3 minutes over your lunch hour, and they are open on Saturdays as well, 9 to 2. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, n2cryo.com.
I looked down at my hands and was like, wow, I'm performing CPR on this guy. And then I actually finally met him. That was probably one of the coolest parts of my life, being able to talk to a guy after I gave him CPR.
Reed was just 17 when he heard a cry for help. Thanks to his Red Cross training, he didn't freeze, he didn't panic, he knew exactly what to do. Red Cross training saves lives. Sign up for a class today at redcross.org.
Best $10 haircut ever, $10, cut 10 minutes out. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. They're trained barbers, and they offer more services as well, including straight razor shaves as well. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. Sponsors of the 2016 Billings Wolves. Best blinds in town, all kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. They've remodeled Starbucks window treatments in the Heights and Grand Avenue. All kinds of blinds have worked on the Chipotle remodel. Also Godfather's Pizza and both Taco Treats in Billings and more. All kinds of blinds in Billings and security window film as well available. Check out the Woven Woods. Maybe you want more vertical blinds remodeled in your home. The windows are the first thing you see and the first thing visitors see to your home. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. And our all kinds of blinds, mt.com temperature check. Taxes, the tax season that we're well into now, there's been quite an IRS data breach. And we'll have Lisa Woods on Woods Accounting from a replay from a couple of weeks ago here on livinlargelarry.com. On YouTube this morning from the Redline Computer Studios. Billings Morning News and more is coming up in 1 minute.
I heard on the news about that 5-year-old who found his uncle's gun. The kid didn't know it was loaded.
I heard on the news about that 14-year-old girl who was bullied online. For like a year, she couldn't take it anymore, so she got her dad's gun from his nightstand.
I heard on the news about that guy who broke into someone's house, stole a gun from the hall closet.
He accidentally shot his cousin in the head.
She killed herself.
And later, killed the owner of the store he was trying to rob.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Part of the annual Winter Carnival event in Red Lodge, Montana, at Red Lodge Mountain, part of the Red Lodge Mountain Winter Carnival has been canceled. And details coming up on the Billings Morning News and more from the Redline Computer Studios here.
Call or email your Livin Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
Sources for the Billings Morning News and more from Color8.com, KTVQ.com, the Billings Gazette. James Taylor and his all-star band are headed to Bozeman for a July 18th concert. Tickets for the show to be held at MSU's Brick Breeden Fieldhouse will go on sale on Friday, March 11th at 10 a.m. Taylor has won 5 Grammy Awards and has been inducted into both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the prestigious Songwriters Hall of Fame. Tickets go on sale again Friday, March 11th, 10 a.m. at ticketswest.com for James Taylor. It was also announced that Def Leppard, Tesla, and REO Speedwagon in Billings at Metro Park's Rimrock Auto Arena coming up in September. Those tickets go on sale at metropark.com this coming Friday on March 4th. The Space Wars Cardboard Classic Race in Red Lodge this weekend has been canceled. The Winter Carnival, however, still will be happening in town. Race organizers say there's just not enough natural snowfall this year to build the large snowbank buffers on the race course for the cardboard race. For those of you who have already built your cardboard crafts, you can still take them to the Winter Carnival so you can show them off and compete in the contest for the most creative craft. The Red Lodge Winter Carnival starts this coming Saturday, March 5th. Scott Austin Price pleaded not guilty in Custer County District Court on Monday to multiple felonies, including the December 14th deliberate homicide of a Miles City man. Price appeared before Judge Michael Hayworth by video on Monday in Miles City and denied felony counts of aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, intimidation, theft, and deliberate homicide, according to Wyatt Glade, Custer County attorney. According to the released court documents, Price is accused of killing 78-year-old Ed Martin of Miles City with a knife and assaulting Martin's wife, Helen Martin, before leaving her tied up in the couple's basement. He fled the scene in a pickup truck owned by Martin. Price is scheduled to make his next appearance in Custer County District Court coming up on May 31st of this year. And that is the Billings Morning News and more at liveandlargelarry.com. From the Red Line Computer Studios, next to the Wave Car Wash off of King and 29th Street West in Billings, Red Line Computer Studios, and the Spring Home Improvement Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Metro Park in Billings.
Where to?
135,000 square feet indoor-outdoor for activities for the Home Improvement Show, again this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Billings. The biggest of the year. One of two home improvement shows. They do one in the fall as well. Livin Large Larry here, liveandlargelarry.com. We're on YouTube this morning. And Tax Talk with Lisa Woods of Woods Accounting in Billings.
Livin Large Larry Live.
Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. And Livin Large Larry Live, liveandlargelarry.com. We're on YouTube. Wave to the camera, Lisa Woods. See, we have split screen and all that. The Red Line Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana. We're right across from the Goodwill store. Lisa Woods from Woods Accounting. And, I have major stomach aches this time of year. And I'm not kidding either, this time of year.
Really?
Yeah, with taxes and stuff. And the more people I talk to, they actually, quite a few of your clients.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they said, we don't. We go to Lisa Woods. And we've gone to you for a couple of years. You do our personal taxes, you do our business taxes. And what intrigues me is each year there's new tax laws. And I know you can't go through all of... I mean, how many new tax laws for 2016? There's over 50.
There was 52 that was changed or turned into permanent this last year.
So are there new tax laws every year?
There are new tax laws every year. It's a matter of either they change them and make them either permanent or do different levels with them or just get rid of them altogether. So there's just... every year there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, but to the regular guy, non-accountants, it's how can we have a consistent life from year to year anymore? It just seems like more and more everything changes.
It does. It really does change every year. And some of the things with one of our clients is that we just make sure and kind of gear them up for anything that could change in this next year. So anything that they just voted in for just this last year that could fall off the dockets again this next year, we just let people know you keep your receipts and everything, and then we try to keep everybody apprised of what's going on.
So of the new 52 laws for the 2016 tax season, what stands out as something that we as the layperson don't know that we probably should know? You can give us some hints maybe.
The child credit is one that was made permanent, and then also the energy credit one is one that every year they look at and they just renew for 1 year. So that's like putting insulation and exterior doors and stuff like that. So that's a big one that people try to do. It's not a very big credit, but it's still something that you can get a couple dollars back for it.
It all helps.
Yeah, mortgage insurance premiums is another one that they kind of look at every year. So for houses, and it's just kind of going by whatever it does every year.
I think that 2 or 3 times I've called you or stopped by your office on Grand to ask questions about these the dreaded IRS letters that I get, and we come in panic to you, and you're just Lisa Woods is just relaxes. Oh, let me look at it and see. But I hear more and more stories from 2015 of my friend base, if you will, that received letters for problems on their 2013 taxes.
The IRS is notorious for being a couple years late.
At least.
And if they do find something that they do in the 2013 or 14, they're going to charge you interest and penalties and everything, even though they're that far behind and should have probably let you know that year.
Well, usually, the times I've visited you about IRS stuff, you've been able to figure it out. And there was a couple times that it was our error, at least half of our error, and it was worked out. But I guess I'm frightened by the IRS, and maybe we shouldn't be so intimidated by them.
Everybody is. Everybody hates, nobody likes to hear that word audit. So a lot of people, and they don't like the state of Montana either, because of the same reasons.
All right. So tax season, how is life at Woods Accounting right now? Do you have any slots open for? We do. We have slots open. We can still take on some clients. We book out probably a few days ahead. So if people are trying to get in this week, we can get you in towards the tail of the week still. But it's been good. We've been really busy and gotten a lot of new clients and trying to help people and get all their money back. Well, I know that we called a couple weeks ago to line up an appointment. We'll see you later on this morning, actually.
Yep, today.
And I'm sure you hear this all the time. And I Facebook messaged you this exact wording. I said, I'm pretty sure we have everything gathered. So you may be sending us home to get some more stuff. I don't know.
90% of the people that actually come in because of the tax law changes, we sit down and we go through that checklist with everybody, whether you're new or returning because you don't know all the tax law changes. 90% of the people that come in do not have everything that they need.
Okay.
So it's just something that...
So it's normal.
It is very normal. That's why we don't do taxes while you're sitting there.
Right.
Because there is stuff, and we could do them, but you're going to leave dollars on the table.
I don't want you to do the taxes in front of me. I think that my wife Carrie is the other way. She wants them done right then, and until she realizes that we forgot something, and that we don't want to leave money on the table either. We want to get every advantage and loophole that we possibly can, legal loopholes. Mm-hmm. So, what do you find the biggest challenge with the young people? Like my kids are 19 and 22, Bobby and Devin. And they've been on their own for a couple of years, and this is all part of the process of being on your own, is filing your taxes and stuff. Mm-hmm. What's some of the challenges with the young people?
A lot of it's just documentation. They don't keep it. Mm-hmm. This day and age, everything is electronic, so whether you're paying bills online or just using debit cards or credit cards, they don't keep receipts for anything. So just trying to get that documentation and telling them to keep everything is really the biggest thing. Because if they do ever get audited, the IRS doesn't like bank statements. They want the actual receipts.
Yeah, absolutely. So with our new business, this little radio station we do, worldwide, you're on YouTube, by the way.
Yes.
Hi, worldwide audience. Russians are watching you right now.
Oh.
The Japanese have you on. China streams our show every day. It's weird.
That is weird.
12 Canadians.
Really?
Yeah. They listen to us and watch us on YouTube. Train of thought. Where was I going with this? Receipts.
Yes.
For our new business. Mm-hmm. I save every receipt. Every dining out meeting, I save. Every lunch meeting, every City Brew coffee meeting with clients, I save. And Carrie kind of shakes her head like, what are you doing? I think I'm doing the right thing.
Yes, you need to save every receipt.
That's what I thought.
It doesn't matter. If it has to deal with the business, keep the receipt and don't pay in cash.
Oops, I paid a few times in cash.
You can pay in cash just if you're really good about getting receipts.
Okay.
Billings isn't really good about giving receipts when you pay in cash, because if you go and you're getting a cup of coffee and you see somebody standing in line behind you, you're going to turn around and talk to them, and the barista's going to give you the coffee, and you're going to walk off.
Okay. So be diligent in getting receipts.
Be diligent, yes, very much so.
And so if I bring you in the next 3 months for my quarterly taxes, if I bring you an envelope full of receipts, I might not be able to use all of them.
Right.
But you'll go through and decipher which ones I can use.
We would rather you bring us everything that you have and let us sit down and go through it with you and say, okay, yes, this. Try to figure out what it is instead of you going through it yourself and saying, oh, I don't think I can claim that, when really you could.
Oh, good to know. So I've been to your office on Grand Avenue many times. Give us the address, the exact address.
It's 1211 Grand Avenue, suite number 4.
Number 4. And I walked in there, and you've got these really cool gift bags. Any of those left?
There are. We're about halfway through them already.
What are you going to do with them all?
Well, those are for tax people. So anybody that comes in and actually gets their taxes done before we run out of them, we actually have 500 of them that we did this year. So the first 500 people that come in, they get these tax totes, and they have coupons from area businesses. So there's there's like haircuts, there's McDonald's, there's food, there's
practical things.
There is. It's a lot of practical things. So it's just a lot of area business coupons and information that's in them, and just trying to give back to some of the clients and our clients that we work with.
Well, accounting in I guess, I mean, worldwide, nationwide, but in Billings, you're in a really competitive industry.
Yeah, not only Billings, but just everywhere too. I compete with the big people as far as for taxes, your H&R Blocks and your Jackson Hewletts and everything, and your online stuff. I mean, a lot of people really think that they can do it online. And it's fine if you do, but you have to be really simple to be able to do it, because they are so cookie cutter that if you do anything or have anything like buying a house or anything that's just a little bit out of the ordinary, then you're not going to get all of the dollars that you need off of those cookie cutter programs.
Well, when I talk about Lisa Woods and Woods Accounting on the show every day, I always end most of the time with, God made accountants for a reason.
That's right.
At least in my world. So, all right, final comments, Lisa Woods, Woods Accounting, about taxes.
If you're looking for somebody to help you, we can definitely do it. If you're going to somebody else, just make sure that your customer service is there. And if you have any questions like the IRS letter, we are open all year long. So we're definitely happy to help anybody that has any questions.
And that's brings another question. People might think that, accountants for tax season are only open seasonally. I mean, you're open all year. I mean, I think that for the most part, all accountants are open all year long. People don't know that.
Yeah, most of them are. But, like your Jackson Hewlett's, H.R. Blocks, they close down.
Yeah.
But, we do bookkeeping and payroll for clients, too, in the off-season. So we're there all year, so we can help with anything throughout the year.
Plus, you're a local small business that we like to support.
Yes, very much so.
All right, Lisa Woods, you did good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Your husband was on with for Bricks and Minifigs during the holiday season.
Yes.
And you both were just like naturals on the radio. So, all right, we'll see you. Literally, we'll see you this morning for some tax stuff. Lisa Woods, woodsaccounting.com. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Replay on the Billings Morning News and liveandlargelarry.com, courtesy of Keystone Mortgage. Across from the pub station, downtown Billings, their new location of Keystone Mortgage. We're on YouTube this morning, all at liveandlargelarry.com, the TuneIn mobile app. And certainly glad that you're hanging out with us. That massive data breach I was talking about, the IRS, was much bigger than was first realized. The agency now says more than 700,000 Social Security numbers and other sensitive information may have been stolen. Hackers used the Get Transcript program, which allows you to check your tax history online. The IRS began the online program a couple of years ago, allowing taxpayers to request their tax history over the internet in addition to the post office. But following a 9-month investigation by the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, the IRS now says its online service has put hundreds of thousands of more taxpayers at risk identity theft. This is also backed up by CBS News. So the e-file personal ID has been challenged. There's a massive IRS data breach that's a lot larger than first thought. So it's being recommended that you don't use e-file the rest of the tax season. Lisa Woods at Woods Accounting actually had an appointment with my older son to do signing for tax forms, and they used the mail. So Bobby will be getting a check in the mail instead of using e-file. So the online viewing and download feature of Get Transcript has been suspended actually since May of 2015. That actual Get Transcript program, the IRS is working to restore the part of the service with enhanced security to protect taxpayer identities. So Go old school if you have a refund coming. Weather forecast in detail for Billings, Montana from the Redline Computer Studios. West Billings coming up, and also the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Have some pretty decent high temperatures for Billings, but there is a chance for some rain showers and snow showers off and on today and tonight. The Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, 1925 Grand Avenue, and log on to montanaproperty.com. She'll provide a market analysis for you. Wanting to list and sell your home? Jade Furman is the one to go to. She includes specialized consulting in current trends in color, styles, and modifications, as well as the value of staging your property, which may help increase the profitability on the sale of your home if that's your plans for spring or summer. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, montanaproperty.com. About 54, some clouds today. Slight chance of snow showers and rain showers mixed tonight and tomorrow. High 57 for Wednesday, and then low 60s begin Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And get an expanded forecast on livinlargelarry.com. Meantime, the forecast from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. Truly local, born and raised here in south central Montana, the Broughton family, and servicing Billings and the surrounding area over 30 years of experience. Broughton Construction and Home Repair, Braton. What is next for N2 Cryotherapy? Cryotherapy has been brought to Billings by Cindy Graff and her staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, and it's in Billings since last July. She just got off the Mate Show, had a great response. Check out N2 Cryotherapy and what it's all about. If you want a description of what cryotherapy does for your wellness as a wellness therapy, log on to n2cryo.com. She's targeting athletes from high school to the pro ranks. N2 Cryotherapy, a 3-minute session for better wellness. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, number 4. And n2cryo.com. And our show is worldwide here from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana. livinlargelarry.com on YouTube.
Win outdoor power equipment from Ace, a Billings insulation package, a French door from Linrich, or a garage door from Connor's Door. It's where you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
They are loading in, actually, for the Spring Home Improvement Show as we speak at Metro Park in Billings. The load-in started last week for the outdoor vendors, and they're wrapping it up this week for the Spring Home Improvement Show. The 33rd annual event at Metro Park begins on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, noon to 8, Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sunday, 10 to 5, and be part of the grand prize, always great grand prize. I won one of the grand prizes last year. I won the retractable screen door. So very cool. Over 650 exhibits. The Spring Home Improvement Show will do a replay visit with Mark Hedin, Bo Hedin, and Devin Hedin from last week. Later on this week, we'll have that for you on the Billings Morning News and livinlargelarry.com.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
The Billings Morning News on livinlargelarry.com. We use sources from ktvq.com, the Billings Gazette, and color8.com. She has been a fixture in the Billings Police Department for 2 decades, and on Monday she said farewell to the department. It was a bittersweet day for Peggy Lehman as she retired her volunteer position from the Billings Police Department. In a ceremony at City Hall, Police Chief St. John praised Lehman in front of colleagues and presented her with a plaque to honor her dedication and service to the department. St. John described her as a poster child for volunteers. For 32 years, Lehman worked for the city. After her employment came to an end, she spent the next 20 years volunteering her time and talent to the Billings law enforcement community. Thank you to Peggy Lehman in all her work. Governor Steve Bullock plans to make his re-election campaign official next Monday as he and Lieutenant Governor Mike Cooney pay their filing fee as 2016 candidates and running mates. Bullock and Cooney, both Democrats, will be the first candidates to officially file for governor and lieutenant governor. Republican Greg Gianforte, a Bozeman businessman and co-founder of software development firm Right Now Technologies, has said he's challenging Bullock. Gianforte has yet to file or announce his running mate for lieutenant governor. Montana's contest for governor will be one of the state's top races in the upcoming 2016 election. A man prosecutors said fled from the scene of a parking lot crash was later arrested and charged with his 7th drunken driving offense. Michael Pisano was charged Monday in Yellowstone County Justice Court with felony DUI. According to court documents, a woman called police on Saturday at about 1:45 in the morning to report a hit-and-run accident by the driver of a silver Cadillac. The woman said she was parked in a parking lot off of Wyoming Avenue when the Cadillac struck her vehicle and then drove off. The officer said Pisano was arrested after he performed poorly on some field sobriety tests and refused to provide a breath sample. The officer said there was an open bottle of vodka in the Cadillac that Pisano said belonged to his sister. Court records state that Pisano has prior DUI convictions in 1998, 1999, 2003, 2008, 2009, and 2010, and this newest one just a couple of days ago. A Billings man is accused of molesting a teenage girl, forcing her to send him inappropriate photos, and attempting to provide her with sex toys. Carl Scrignoli was set to make his initial appearance in Yellowstone County Justice Court on Monday on 1 count of sexual intercourse without consent and 2 counts of sexual assault. The alleged victim was 13 when the abuse began. The girl reported the abuse to a school counselor back in November. The girl's mother did not appear to know the abuse was going on until her daughter told her after talking with her school counselor. Scrignoli is being held in Yellowstone County Jail on a $100,000 bond. And that is the Billings Morning News and more at livinlargelarry.com. From the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana, livinlargelarry.com. Here with our Tuesday visit with Cindy Graff from N2 Cryotherapy. Just chit-chatting away. My wife, Carrie, stopped by your store on the way to work yesterday. Had a good experience.
We got her all fixed up for her day and week.
Well, she's traveling, and she mentioned on Sunday that she needs to get in to see you because she travels and sleeps better on the road after N2 Cryotherapy, to be honest with you.
Oh, yes, and I tell you, either whether you're driving or you're flying, we have something for you because it helps with jet lag after you're flying into Billings. Come on down and see us. Jet lag, and then it also helps with folks that drive long distances. I mean, you can get sore in that car, and you have to stop about every few miles.
Sure.
And get out and walk around. Well, if you're on a deadline and you got to be somewhere.
So with cryotherapy and N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite 4 in Billings, sleep deprivation. One of your clients, Jed, has proven time and time again that his arthritis, his form of arthritis, has been helped by cryotherapy at N2 Cryotherapy.
Yes.
But you've got a couple of stories you want to share. Success stories through N2 Cryotherapy as well.
A couple new ones that came in, new folks that have been visiting us. We have a young gentleman who was a marathon runner, heavily involved in sports. He was working his job, which was to serve coffee. He's a barista that they sent off to festivals. Okay, rock festivals all over the country. Mm-hmm. He either got bit by a tick or a mosquito and contracted West Nile and Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
One of our Billings residents?
Yes, wow. At the same time.
Oh, that's bad.
They have only had like 3 of these cases in the United States where they've contracted both. And the other 2 lasted 2 weeks
and died. Oh, my.
Yes.
How did you hear about cryotherapy? Through you?
Well, we were at the Mate.
Perfect.
Across from us was the essential oils booth. Mm-hmm. And the folks from there came over, talked to us, and then came in, said their nephew had this. He tried it out and then went right over bought his nephew a package and went right over, and he's been coming in. seeing progress like you wouldn't believe from the cryotherapy, because he has no energy. He's made it through flushing all of that out of his
Yes,
system.
sure, good.
And he's made it through, and he's doing fine. He's going to be fine. But it's a long comeback from that. To get energy, there's no energy whatsoever. When he exerts energy, when he exercises or does anything physical, he feels an extreme heat from the inside out, like hot flash that us females feel, and it just burns the inside of his nerves. And so it's like pins and needles on the inside. His nerves are damaged.
How uncomfortable that is.
That's what the two diseases work on, as they eat away at your nerves, he explained to me. And he's working with a neurologist, and they are doing little experiments here and there, because this is very unknown to people. I mean, it's only been 3 times in the United States, and he is here in Billings.
Is it an oddity if I keep referring to cryotherapy through N2 cryotherapy in Billings as an alternative wellness therapy? Some people are frightened by that, but that's what it is, essentially.
That's exactly what it is. It's an alternative or integrative, what we call.
Better word.
We integrate with other therapies and other doctor procedures, so we can help with whatever's going on.
Well, you mentioned essential oils at Mate Show, and in conjunction with N2 cryotherapy.
Yes.
And we've mentioned chiropractic, and I think these days in society, and not just here in Billings, I think people's mindset are on more naturopathic healing.
Yes, they are, and they don't want to take the prescriptions, narcotics, you know, the Oxycontins and those that I don't know how people can survive on them and get through their day with, you know, it just kind of puts them out there. When then I have other people who come in, we're taking 12 Advil a day.
Which is
for
unhealthy,
pain.
sure.
And now the one guy told me he's down to 1 or 2 a week. So, yeah, they don't want to take all these medications or even over-the-counter medications, prescriptions, and they want to be able to manage their pain or their autoimmune disease. We're seeing quite a few people coming in with the autoimmune disease, which also no energy, it's a constant achy feeling, the gal told me yesterday that came in with the autoimmune disease. Constant ache. You know, I can't imagine just walking around and being your whole body aching.
All day long, every day? No.
Every day. And so she found great relief from her first time and went ahead and got a package, and will continue till she finds out exactly how many times a week or what she needs to do for her autoimmune disease.
How did she search N2 cryotherapy out?
Well,
through the main show or
funny enough, word of mouth. Tate, the guy that's coming in for the West Nile and the Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever, she knows him, and she also heard it earlier in the year through the Gazette and the radio. So,
fantastic.
You know, but word of mouth is what it is.
Yeah. I don't mind branding N2 cryotherapy on this show, and hopefully it trickles down to word of mouth still. And I've been doing radio for 35 years, but word of mouth is still the best investment for advertising out there.
It is, and I tell you, it's just been fabulous to me to see the people that are suffering, that are coming in. They're making that step. All you got to do is make a step.
Try it one time.
And try it. It's not near as cold as you think.
It's not, no. It's 3 minutes. It's a 3-minute session, literally a 3-minute session.
And the results you get when you get out are just so fabulous. And I know people think of the wind and the snow outside in Montana.
It's a different cold.
And the wind is blowing at you so hard you can barely get the door open on your car. That's an imposing cold.
Right.
Where this is not. It's just floating around you. And it's not imposing, and it's not like you have to fight it, because I talk to you the whole time.
Right, yep.
And you have a conversation, so you're not really fighting it. You're just trying to not notice it for about 3 minutes.
And before you know it, you're all done.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the countdown's done, and you're out, and what you might feel from it and what you might gain in your personal life, in your quality of life, is what really matters, because it is a fabulous feeling when you get out.
Let's talk about rates, and the best deal at N2 Cryotherapy are your cards or your
The membership.
the memberships.
Yep, and we have good, better, best, and we just feel it's just easier to give people good choices,
Sure.
better choices, and the best
Mhm.
choice. So you can come in, and a good choice is one of the packages for, say, 3 for $150. Remember that it is $65 for a single.
Right.
And first timers, we like to see you come in and try it out, and we know that it is difficult to get there. Let's say your anxiety or
sure.
what it is.
Easy to find in Billings, but hard to get your mind there.
Yes, and your body can take just about anything.
Right.
It is your mind you have to convince of this. And once you do it, you'll say, wow, I guess I was really a little overreactive to that.
It's quite easy,
Yeah,
actually.
it is. It
End of
is
the day,
easy.
Yeah. So what's the price on what's the best?
So then we do the best is a 10-pack at $45 each, and the better, I say, would be
better,
the
yeah.
10, and at 40, that makes them $45 each, $450. And then we have the best deal, which is for people who know they want to come in more than 10
Right.
times a month. You can get that down to $29.90. It's $299 a month, 10 times, $29.90 or less. So that's your best bet if you know that this works for you. That's why we like you to come in and try it out, figure out if it works for you, and come on in and manage your pain that way rather than prescriptions or over-the-counter medicine.
And it's something that I always push, that you can do that therapy, N2 Cryotherapy, in over your lunch hour.
Yes.
3 minutes.
Very convenient, 10 minutes in and out with an appointment. We do suggest you get an appointment, and you can give us a call.
I abuse that. I walk in all the time and take the chance.
That's okay. We can usually get you in, except for if we are really busy.
Yeah. Like Saturday, I came
Yeah.
in. I was glad to see you were busy.
We were really busy on Saturday. And so, yeah, just give us a call, 406-534-8850. We'll get you in, get an appointment for you. We're open from 9 in the morning till 7 at night. We're closed between 2 and 3 for maintenance on the machine. You know, as soon as we can build this up and get another one, we won't have
yep.
to close down during that time. But right now, we just have to dry out the machine because moisture is the
Yep.
enemy.
That's right. And if you don't know where N2 Cryotherapy is, it's 805 24th Street West, number 4, the same plaza as Jimmy John's. And one of your new favorite restaurants, I saw you on Facebook. Did you go to, was it JP Kitchen?
The JP Kitchen.
Is that next door to you?
Yes, it is,
Is
right
it worth
next
it?
door.
I was
Yes, it
thinking about
is.
trying it.
Yes, it is. And I tell you, folks, it's the son from the Jade Palace. They still use some of the basic recipes from the Jade Palace,
good.
but he didn't want a big restaurant, so he
Right.
wanted a bistro style and just, the basic item menus you're not going to find.
Yeah, I saw it next to your store the other day, and I saw you on Facebook. So
Yeah.
you can have lunch there, or make plans for dinner there, and enjoy N2
Yes,
Cryotherapy.
and support
Nice
small
package.
business.
Sure,
We just
absolutely.
really
Yeah.
need to support small business.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm a
No
small
matter where
business
you
as well,
are.
no matter what industry you're in as
Yeah.
well. N2, that's the numeral 2, N2cryo.com. There's some history on cryotherapy and all about N2 Cryotherapy in Billings since July. Cindy Graff has brought it to town. We're glad that you're here.
You bet.
And-
We'd like you to check that website out and go like our Facebook page, N2 Cryotherapy. Make sure you check out the video that we got out now.
Okay.
It's perspective from 3 of our customers on how it's helping them. Jed, of course, is in there, and we've got a rodeo cowboy that tells his story, and a semi-pro road racer, bicyclist.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings. And next week when you come in, we'll be talking about MMA.
Yes,
that you're
we've
involved
got a
with.
fight coming up.
N2 Cryotherapy. More with Cindy Graff next week on the show. And livinlargelarry.com. Thank you, Cindy Graff.
You're welcome.
N2cryo.com. Meantime, join me 3 to 6 p.m. weekdays at KGHL, the mighty 790 AM terrestrial radio, KGHL. I'll see you around town.